Guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. So my previous subscribers, welcome back to the channel. So for today's video in particular, we're going to be talking about none other than Anonymous. I recently covered Anonymous, I think 2 months ago. I'll put the link to that video in the description below, but I said that Anonymous was going to come back. And so if you want to go watch that video, I highly recommend you go and do so. It also coincides Ivana Trump as well. We were talking about her coffin and what's inside the coffin. We talked about that. I didn't even know that she was cremated. I didn't even know that. I do mostly a lot of my readings are blind, and that's kind of like how I like to do it. I also said at that same video, you'll see in the thumbnail, you'll see like a coffin being swept ashore with like a bone in there and there's some paperwork. After that video has been recorded, in 2 days after, there was a coffin that was washed ashore nearby Washington, D.C. So I find that to be really interesting and find it cool because I just kept getting information. I was like, I had to share it with you. And I guess that's the way Spirit works in terms of confirmation. But anyway, let's begin. We have a lot to get through today. If you have not watched my previous video, please go check it out. It's the message about the NFL halftime show. I think a lot of you guys might be interested in it, especially the fact that you guys might have had a different idea about what was going to happen, but something else exactly happened as well. So anyway, without further ado, let's begin. This video is being recorded on Monday, February 10th at 12:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as and when I am recording it. This video is just for entertainment purposes only and for educational purposes only. If you want to be notified when I do post and upload, go into my comment section below or in my description. You can follow my Blue Sky account and my Facebook group, and you can be notified when I do post and upload. Plus, you have a great line of connection to me. You can ask me any questions if you need to. So let's go ahead. If you guys want to help to grow the channel and grow the message, that's all I care about is spreading the message far and wide. Does not matter about the subscriber count. Does not matter about the money. I don't care about them. I just care about getting the message out to you guys. And I do this for my subscribers. So that's what I do this for. If other people want to become subscribers, welcome to the family. But I do this for you guys and only for you guys only. So if you want to help out, you can do so by liking, commenting, sharing. You can even do this by, subscribing. You can even do that by hitting the bell icon. You can watch this video longer than normal and help the algorithm and tell the algorithm, hey, I like his content, show me more. So you'll be shown my content more, but you'll also be shown other second tarot card videos and astrologers as well. And everything that I get from the channel in terms of monetary, I put it back to you guys. And we got this deck, we got a whole bunch of other things like that whiteboard in the last video. I was able to afford that based on you guys. And I think I invested like over $6,000 into the channel. So it's nice to be able to lay off on the money a little bit and just know that I'm okay. Without further ado, let's begin. We have a lot to get through today. I'm sure there can be a lot of information. I don't know where to start, but let's begin. I don't know exactly what the message was, but Anonymous, if you want to watch that specific video from Anonymous specifically, go into the description below and in the comment section below, I will pin the video that Anonymous sent out on Twitter and a warning to 45 and advanced administration and their message to the people. I think we're going to start with this one. I really do. I feel like this is where I'm getting drawn to, so let's do this. Now, if you guys have any words, anything you feel intuitively that you want me to include in some of these written index cards, put them in the comment section below. You can give me as many as you want. I'm looking for words to make more index cards, so if you want to like drop them, go ahead. Okay, let's see. What messages does Anonymous have? Now, Anonymous has come back. The last time Anonymous has came and sent out a message was in 2020 during the Black Lives Matter protests. They have a message again, so let's see what the message is. So Spirit Angels, tell me about Anonymous. What message does Anonymous have for the people? It might not be a message for the people. Just want to keep that in mind. It might just be a message for the White House. I'm getting bamboozled. Okay, hold on. Let's cleanse the energy. Cleanse the energy, spirits and angels. Cleanse me and my spirit. And cleanse me and my viewers. Surround us with nothing but love, light, and protection. No one can harm us, no one can hurt us. Surround us with love and happiness. Namaste. Thank you. I love you. Okay. we have here, we have the 9 of swords. And then we have on the bottom, we have the 8 of coins, which means the 10 of swords here being drawn or painted is reversed. It's interesting because we also have a painting here, and this one is the 3 of Wands, and we have the Empress reversed, or the High Priestess. That's the High Priestess, excuse me. I think. I don't even know. I have no idea. Okay, anyway, besides the point, let's begin. We have a lot to get through today. This is the message regarding the Anonymous. Alright? So what message does the Anonymous have for either for us or for the White House? Depending on how this plays out, we'll be able to get a better understanding. Okay, they actually want me to use this, include this in. They're saying that there's a message here as well. So I guess we're gonna use this. See if maybe we can get a better understanding what it is that we need to know. A lot harder to open a box. You know, it's not as easy as you get older. Alright. Let's see. Spirit Angel, tell me, what messages do you have for us regarding Anonymous and its video that was posted on Twitter and all other social media? What messages do you have to tell us and share with us about Anonymous? What does Anonymous mean, and what's coming for the future regarding Anonymous, and what it is trying to warn us about? I was supposed to do a video on Anonymous, and I never did. I did one video on Anonymous, but I really should have done a second video, but I never got to it. So I guess, well, this is the video. But, you know, they already showed up. So anyway, I'm sorry about that. And here we have the solar eclipse, and we have creation, intention, potential. That is heading towards the future, by the way. So the future is creation, intention, and potential. So there is some sort of intention that's being put out by the messages and the warning they are telling you. Here we also have heading towards the future, which is at the top of the deck. This one is the 6th house, and it looks like a radar system. Wee, wee. Like, you know, like when you go in like a chip or something, you go above the water, it tells you if there's like a big object, even like a big fish or something, it's underneath, underneath the ship. I don't know why I can't speak, but underneath the ship, it tells you where they are on the radar. This is what it felt like. Here is the 6th of house, and it's in the house of Virgo in the 6th house, which means work, service, and health. Okay. We all know that they are referring to a message revolving around the government. We know that. That's 100%, you know, what they're hinting at. So let's see what's going on. I'm going to move this up just so we can pick up the cards freely without like moving the card too much. Okay, so the first card that we have heading towards the right, which is the challenge, is the 10 of Wands. This is that handicap. His inability and unable and unable to get up the stairs because of the DEI, right? The DEI, they're removing ramps. Ramps are for people with disabilities who need to be able to get up a certain area. This basically tells the building, oh, you don't need to honor that anymore. It's not needed, it's not necessary. And this 10 of Wands is heading towards the future, which means they're talking about a handicap or something, and you need to be able to walk and keep walking. There's some sort of prevention. It almost feels like the obvious is there, but they will use it to make it difficult. That saying, oh, we're going to make sure people can't walk up these steps, but we'll make it available and say, hey, listen, you can walk up these steps, but we're going to make it hard for you. That is one of the challenges to this. Another challenge is also the 3 of Cup, which means LGBT, freedom to marry, happiness, love, joy. You know, these are 2 lives being together, getting married. This also means a co-join of people from different backgrounds, different groups being together. I wonder if this is also a one of integration or some sort of it might be like some idea of like segregation in some way. It might be indicating that some sort of segregation because it is diverse, because it's a diverse couple. There's one who's a little bit more of a lighter skin tone, the other one of a darker complexion, but it is also heading towards the future. So there is a separation of groups of people. I wonder if there's like, I don't know, there's like a separation of people. And here you have, you know, you have this guy who's handicapped and he's sitting in the wheelchair. And they know he can't get up the stairs, but they're using it as a means to say, hey, listen, you can get up here, but we know you can't. And that's how it was intended. It almost feels like it was this illusion of like, you know how schools, for example, they test you for every test, they take the same test and they apply to every student, one size fit all. It feels like that. It feels like, in essence and in hindsight, they are essentially robbing the child of actually understanding how intelligent they are. They could be emotionally intelligent, they could be book intelligent, they could be street intelligent, they could be intelligent in many formalities. There's not one size fit all forms of intelligence. That's what it's telling me here. It's like, it's almost like there's like a restriction in some way and say, oh, one size fit all, but really not one size fits all for most people, but they design it in a particular way. So it appears as if they're being inclusive and open, but really it's not inclusive, it's not open. Here, we have the Queen of Wands. You all know this is the Harry Potter. I don't even know, Gemma Powell, whatever her name is. We have Harry Potter with the Queen of Wands. She's represented here. We all know how she is. Everybody loves her work. Everybody loves Harry Potter. They're obsessed with it. They're obsessed with the wizardry. What they're not obsessed with is her and her transcends her Republican conservative point of views. She is one of those people who I believe, but I'm saying that I believe specifically, this is not intuition, this is what I believe, that she is a conservative Republican. You guys can fact check me in the comment section below if that is true or not. But if I remember vaguely, I remember seeing a post that said that she supported Donald Trump, but we don't know exactly. We cannot confirm that 100%, but she does come up in here. And it's that, again, it's that idea that, oh, you may love people, you may love something, but necessarily it may not love you back. And that would be represented up here with the Harry Potter. You may love her work, but she may not love you. But she'll love the money you give her, but she won't love you. Essentially, that type of dynamic. It's also indicative, because we're often about the message from Anonymous. Anonymous is telling people, listen, you may love him. He does not love you. Get the idea now? Underneath the next one is heading towards the future to the right. We have here the Three of Wands. It's painting a future. People are wondering in their minds now what life would have been like had Harris won. The what if scenario. That is the energy that I'm getting. The ambiance is what if. This is saying that you don't need to think about it. You can get it. You can have it if you're part of the message. You're part of that resistance that is speaking up. That is why the Three of Wands is represented here. It's indicating, it's indicative of it telling you that if you are open and receptive to all the messages that they are telling you, that this is not a what if. This can be reality. It's not in the mental, it could be up it could be up the physical. You just have to dream it in order to see it. This is telling you here that this is not a dream. It's not the what if. We know it was true for entertainment purposes only. We know what happened. This is not a what if. This is a definitive, it did happen. It is followed by the Empress card. And the Empress card is this woman, Melania Trump, sitting on the throne or sitting on the chair, and she's being interviewed. But there's a barcode here, and the barcode is interesting. Actually, I'm just curious. What if I take my phone and I see if there is a message of what's it called? So I'm gonna try and see if I can get the barcode. See if I can scan the barcode and see if there's a message that maybe comes out of the barcode. See if maybe we got a hidden message that I didn't even know was there. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, let me see. Can we get a message? It worked. Let's see. Oh, ironic. Okay, apparently it's a barcode to the store. The person who bought the the guy who created this. If you guys want to go use that barcode, you can actually pause the video and be able to get access to his. If you want to buy your own deck, but essentially that's actually a smart marketing move. Not gonna lie, I've never tried it before, but it's interesting that the barcode comes in though. The barcode is saying something being scanned, right? Something being registered, but again, it's not what we thought it was. It's that illusion. It's not all what it was. But I didn't know that there was a store in there that you could buy. But we were thinking that maybe there was something else. It's that illusion, that energy, that mindset, that perspective. Maybe we're looking at it from a different lens, different point of view. Maybe it had to be this way. Here we have the King of Swords. ever since I saw this, I was like, I kept seeing it. I kept seeing a salute of some sort. And I'm going to try and find that video and see if I can repost that. But the king of stories here keeps telling me Elon. Elon. Yeah, every time I see the card now, it just reminds me of Elon. What's going on with Elon? Oh, I see. Elon. So they're telling you here it's not all what it seems. I'm also getting Thomas Clarence too, like the Justice Clarence Thompson, because his name is Thomas as well. So maybe Elon and Thomas are in cahoots in some way, because it's also the lovers card reversed. And it's telling me here, this is again another gay marriage thing. We have two gay marriages side by side, and this one is the lovers card, which means that this is referring to me specifically. It's telling me something with DC and the fallout between 45, Elon, 45, and Clarence Thomas, Elon and Clarence Thomas, whatever it is, there's some sort of fallout that's happening. They're warning you that there's a plan that's in place, but it's going to fall out, but you have to make it fall out. You have to make it collapse within to its knees. Going forward to the next one, we have the Ace of Cups. They're not paying attention to what's burning. They're not paying attention to the people. Not paying attention. They're making people go out and be able to just make their own food. Be able to cook a can of beans, because that's all they can afford. Myth, they're not focusing on the real thing. They're not focusing on helping the people. But you see the bull here, right? The bull will start charging because it's hungry. It's angry. You're in its territory. The Ace of Cups. Again, it's that resistance, that energy, that revolutionary energy. Now, the Leo card. What is the Leo card? The Leo card for me in this specific deck, and I say this many times across my channel, that this is the card of a Black Panther that belongs in its own actual habitat of the jungle. It is in a mountain range with snow. Why is this significant? This is significant because it's under a solar eclipse. We talked about the solar eclipse in the previous video. But the solar eclipse and the Black Panther in this specific video is indicative and is indicating that, okay, so although this Black Panther is traveling, it is in its wrong habitat. It's in its wrong place. That is what the message is saying, that this is not supposed to happen. They're not supposed to be here. That is the message. That is why we have this Leo card show up. What is the right card, though? The right card is the devil. It's the message of the devil, the message of 45 and his minions. But it's also a message of the Antichrist. But look, these are people who are going to be resistant to him. But also, although the people are resistant and against him, remember this. There is this puppet here. So look at the puppet. Look at the puppet. We have this little guy here hiding behind the flame. The young guy. But then look at the person holding the noose. Right? And he's hiding. People see this, but you don't see him. What does this mean? It means that people are thinking 45 is the Antichrist, when in actually 45 is not the Antichrist, which actually I have to do a video on. But, again, it's saying that, and here you have the cross burning. Why is the cross burning? Because the cross symbolizes death and rebirth. Right? That is what the cross is. When you turn the cross upside down, it means life. But when you turn it upright, then it means death. Very interesting connotation to how sometimes the cross can be flipped one way or the other, and it means something entirely different, almost like a cross, or like I'm seeing a clock in my head, like a clock. Like based on when you put the little hand and the big hand, it changes everything, kind of like that. Now, we're going to further clarify everything. And it's actually interesting how, I talked about the eclipse being in the Leo card, which is the solar eclipse, which means creation, intention, and potential. Right? That's heading towards the future. That's why it was like this. Oops, that was like that. Okay, that was like that, actually. This way, heading towards the future. And here we have the 6th house on the top of the deck, which means work, service, health in the 6th house of Virgo. Okay? Now let's further clarify all this. We have Elon here. We need further clarification. What is going on between Elon and 45 and Justice Clarence Thomas? What we have here, we have the 1st house, which means self, body, present. I am. Who I am at the core. This is the Aries card. Right? It means self, body, presence. So there's something of the self here. So they represent the same body, the same goal, the same ambitions. Here the Leo card and the Empress card reversed was just fold here with the Three of Cups heading towards the future. What is that message? We have the new moon reverse, which is indicative of a creation intention potential. Again, another creation intention potential again showed up. That is heading towards the future. What is heading from the past? What's going into the past? We have the 11th house, a collaboration, membership, and network. We talked about there being a fallout of collaboration and networking. That is heading towards the past. Then we have here what is kind of going straight downwards. What is heading down, what's going to collapse, is the sun, which is life, vitality, and purpose. The way we do things, the way of life, vitality, and purpose. And what is heading up, what is rising from the ashes? We have the moon. Emotion, instinct, subconscious. So when you watch this video, it's going to be a realigning of you. It's going to be like an awakening of some type. There's an awakening of some sort. This is what the moon is. It's just awakening here. Here we have the 10 of Wands, the 3 of Cups, and the Devil card with the Lover's card reversed and the King of Swords. And on this card here, and specifically, we get these cards. This one is the cusp. What's on the cusp is transition, limidity, and twilight. We talked about the shift and transition is happening. There is something that is changing. I wonder if Clarence Thompson is going to step down or he's going to be removed in some way, and then they're going to install their own justice. And here we have Gemini, multifaceted, balanced, and curious. We talk mostly multifaceted. It's more than just an illusion. Right? So don't take things at face value is what essentially is saying. So that is the message that we're getting from Anonymous. But I'm going to see if it will do anything specifically. And what's the role of Anonymous? Because I feel like that's going to be important as well because, like, we don't really know exactly what Anonymous is trying to do and what we know their intentions are. We know what their intentions are. That's not the issue. The issue is we know what kind of role do they play in this? What role do they play in the story? You know? And let's be real here. They're never going to be mentioned in the history book. They'll never be mentioned in the textbook, right? But this is an experience for us to know. This is an experience for us. You know, it feels like every time you see the Anonymous, it feels like we're in a movie, right? It doesn't feel real. It feels like this is not supposed to happen in our world. This is not our world. This is not supposed to be our reality. But yet, it is our reality. This is our world. Whether we want to acknowledge that or not, it's not up for us to decide. But again, it is our world, right? Even sometimes I'm in denial, and I'm like, oh, you know, it's not always good, you know. You know, sometimes you just want to live in a happy world, you know. But then again, if you live in a happy world, you're disillusioned to what's in front of you, and you become ingrained in part of that idea that you're ill-informed and you're able to usher in darkness because you're not able to see the darkness because you're not familiar with the darkness, right? So sometimes, you know, being aware of it is better than being unaware. And sometimes, you know, being disillusioned to the truth can also be harmful, right? Like for a while on my YouTube channel, I've been saying I don't care if I talk about Trump or not, because in essence we have to talk about it. Because there are messages there, and I get a lot of people upset about 45 and they don't want to hear him anymore and they want to move past it. But the story is not over for the United States, and he is part of the story, whether we like to admit it or not. He is an integral part of the United States and who we are as the people. So, apparently there's two cards here. I don't know where that came from, but anyway, let's do our next part of the video. Spirit Angels, tell me what else do we need to talk about Anonymous? This one? Yeah, we're going to use this one. Now, I do want to mention, it's interesting that in the past 24 hours, I'll probably say 48 hours really, we had two videos talking about a resistance. One by Anonymous and one by Kendrick Lamar. If you have not watched that video, I just posted that video. I'll give you a little bit of an excerpt though, just to kind of let you know what was going on at the NFL game. We have here the revolution is about to be televised. You picked the right time but the wrong guy. The song, this was originally a spin-off of by Kendrick Lamar, is called TV Off. He was kept telling people to turn the TV off. Go watch that video. But if that's not, you know, something that you realize or didn't pick up on, hopefully that helps you understand it. There is a little bit more than what meets the eye, if you know what I mean. Okay, so This is my homemade deck. The way it works is when a card is upright, we read the original meaning. If it's reversed, let's say for example it's reversed, we read the back of the card, and that's the meaning. So that's how they want us to focus on this. So let's take a look and see what exactly are we looking at in terms of anonymous and its purpose in the world, specifically during this time period. Spirit Angels tell me, what is anonymous purpose, specifically around this point in time? What is its purpose in the United States and globally, perhaps? What is anonymous purpose? And what purpose does it serve? What role will it play? Okay, they're telling me I'm not supposed to reveal that. Okay, so then tell me what we need to know. Because they're telling me that if I reveal it, then everything will change. So I gotta be careful how I put this. Okay, so then why don't you tell me what we need to know, and I'll tell my viewer what we need to know. Why don't you do that? That works. Okay. Alright, so what should I do? How are we shuffling this? Okay, take the first card, take the second card, take the third. Okay. Take the fourth. Or then, do I take this? No. Okay. Flip it. Oh. We have here third party, two-party dominate, strong third-party support, and we have here the reverse foreign interference reverse, and we have the reading. What you really want us to focus on is pro-choice, sexism, wealth gap, women's rights. That's the bottom of the deck, and it has to also do with conspiracy theories. Okay. I thought Anonymous would show up in the deck, but I guess it did not. Okay, so we have here the first card is we're acting, well, I don't know exactly what we're acting because it has to do with Anonymous, but they're telling me to be careful what I'm saying. So I'll tell you what we're going to be, what this specific question is. Here we have the music industry. Music is the message to the people. This is how they are going to convey messages now. It's going to be to you guys from this. This is how they are going to convey that message. It's no longer going to be direct messages like from the media or from the people. It's going to be from music in some way. And it's also, music is also going to be very prophetic, specifically. So that is also going to be very prophetic. The next card that follows is the popular vote, which means the Democrats win but lose. And at first I didn't understand what this meant at the time in which I made this, right? The popular vote. The Democrats won, but they also lost. They lost the House. They lost everything, but they were really the winners. If that makes any sense. Again, everything in this video is just for entertainment purposes only. It's further followed by the American capitalism. Ultra rich versus the middle versus the poor. American capitalism. Customer versus minimum wage. Trying to get by. Rich gets richer, poor gets poorer. Right? American capitalism. And there is trouble ahead. Whether that is the economy, right? Whether that is indicated and indicative of the economy, or it might be indicative of the oligarchy, there is trouble ahead in some way in regards to the capitalism and the way American lifestyle works and operates. Here we have is the White House leans Republican, right? The White House leans Republican. On the right side here, we have the nuclear war. Hold on. About that. My medicine came, they didn't tell me they were coming. Anyway, besides the point, we have nuclear war. Nuclear war is very interesting and also very important because it's indicative and it's indicating, okay, although there is war that comes right after the White House leaning Republican, we have here nuclear war. It doesn't necessarily mean anything of a war of any type. It might just mean things get obliterated, things get destroyed, things get dismantled, get completely thrown to the ground. It's the bomb that had went off. Boom, everything destroyed. We already saw that, right? That's not a second prediction. We know that that is what we saw. That is what we see, right? That is what's going on. The next card, though, we have the Statue of Liberty, France. We talked about this before. The resistance, I talked about this many times on the channel, that Luigi is going to be very important. He's going to be crucial to the United States. What he did is going to be very important, because we kept talking about someone in healthcare. We kept talking about a heart attack, someone dying. And then lo and behold, during the beginning of December, somebody died. Someone major, and it caused a major issue. Luigi is important. Even if you don't know Luigi, Luigi will affect you in some way. The Statue of Liberty is indicating France, the resistance. It's referring to the people are going to start stepping up and start spreading messages through music, through entertainment, music industry. Things are going to be shown to you through entertainment, through messages. So hidden messages will not become front and center. That is how we communicate now. Okay? It's always been just like the movies. I'm getting chilled. Just like the movies, people are united when music is playing. Okay? That's how you wake people. Underneath the popular vote here, the charismatic leader. We all know who the charismatic leader is. That is 45. He is that charismatic leader. Underneath the American capitalism, a trouble ahead, we have here the Democrats hold the White House. The Democrats hold. This is the trouble ahead that's heading, right? This is what was supposed to be. This is what was supposed to be. But it wasn't. Because he instead he became president instead. Because we had the White House leans Republican inauguration day. We have here the new president. A new vice president, first address. Leans Republican, the White House leans Republican, so does the Congress. This is what happened on January the 20th. This is telling you what happened before January 20th. So now we get a time frame here. We know what's going on. We know what's going on now. Because we're asking Spirit, what role did Anonymous play in all this? Well, let's try to take it back center C. Now, Anonymous is here, and it's active, and it's working. But it's not meant to be told exactly what they're doing, because then I'm revealing the plan, and that's not good. We don't want to hurt them, because they are our allies, right? Here, underneath the nuclear war, right, didn't get obliterated, didn't get destroyed, we have the shadow government. Nothing evil here. It's interesting, because I talked about in my previous video with Elon Musk versus the U.S. Treasury. We specifically talked and we found out that there was an actual hidden government that was created under the Biden administration to stop 45 in some way. It's interesting because it feels weird. It feels weird because it's like almost conspiratorial, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but that's what I got in the card. That there was information that was hidden behind the paywall of the U.S. Treasury Department, and they were trying to take that out. Yes, they want the money. Money's going to be helpful, but there's a little bit more than what meets the eye. Yes, you see the money, but you don't know there's something hidden behind the paywall, but there's something hidden, and they're looking for something a little bit more than just money. And here you have the nothing evil here, the shadow government. I would not be surprised if there is something in the shadow government that's going to come out, and they are going to come out to the forefront, and they're going to start fighting one another. I'm going to have to do a video on that, because that was a video I told you I was going to do. I'm going to hold my promise, and I will be making the video. I don't know if I'm making it today, but it will be coming soon. Because this card is reversed, we have to look at this. Crack and heroin, opioid, vape pen, drugs and alcohol addictions. Right, we have here addictions. I wonder if they are going to essentially, it feels like RFK Jr. I would not be surprised if there is either an explosion of drugs in the U.S. or there's either an explosion of prices, or there's an explosion of trying to get people on drugs so that they're not able and unable to think for themselves, but they're able to be suppressed in their emotional and their thinking. There's something here that has to do with that shady side of drugs. Interesting enough, like I said before, we have here the music industry, the Statue of Liberty, that resistance, that French Revolution vibe, right? We have here domestic. We talked about this before. This is not something new. This is something that is on its way, right? This happened in the past. You're talking about 9/11, talking about all the attacks before that, right? But this is a message. This is a message of the resistance. This is what will be seen as. It was seen as this, but this is not what it is. That is why when people read and ask the cards, if this was happening, it's going to tell you no, because that is not the intention. The intention was never to hurt. It's supposed to take back your power. That's why when you read the cards on this specific energy, it's not going to give you the correct answer. But nonetheless, the government sees it as this. The government will tell people this is what's going on, but this is not what's happening. It is not what you think it is. Underneath the popular vote here, the Democrats win, but they lose everything because of the charismatic leader. We have here strength and freedom, the American eagle reverse. Instead, it's further induced by post-influenza pandemic, a roaring economy, pre-Great Depression, roaring 20s. Why is this indicative of what is important and why is this here? Because although it says post-influenza pandemic, we just left the 2020 pandemic of COVID, right? The Biden administration, the Biden-Harris administration got us out of that, right? Yes, the pandemic is still prevalent, but it's not locked down. Things are moving in the right direction, right? We got rid of that economic downturn, right? The economy is starting to go up. The prices are increasing because of price gouging, but everything else in life is better under the Biden administration than it is now. And here we have the roaring economy. What did Trump inherit? He inherited this. But we all know what happened right after a Republican inherited it. A Great Depression begins. Pre-Great Depression. It's indicated that we will have a depression under 45 administration. He will cause it. And it says post-influenza pandemic. We already know we came out of the pandemic. We're likely to go back into one. Right? And here we have the roaring economy. The economy is going to crash. We're going to have a Great Depression. I've been saying that for years now. This is not even when Trump was in office. I kept saying that under 2020, at 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. But I've been saying it consistently. It's coming. Underneath the trouble ahead and the Democrats holding on to the White House, right? This is also telling you what's also happening on election day, that there was trouble ahead in the economy and it jeopardized the control of the Democrats' ability to hold on to the White House. And here we have blue collar voters in reverse. Here we have election of 2000, swing states decide. Why is this important? Because this is election day, right? This is what happened before the election. This is what happened after the election, right? This is the election day. Here we have swing states decide the election of 2000. We all know how that turned out. It went to the wrong winner. The vote counting was stopped. The vote count is stopped, and it went to Bush. Although there might have been enough votes for Gore, and it would have changed the trajectory of the United States. Underneath the lean Republican inauguration day and leans Republican was the Congress. This is the election. This is what the outcome was. Underneath the nuclear war, the drugs and alcohol addiction, we have voting rights. It's interesting that the voting rights, early access, mail-in votes, early voting. Interesting. Very interesting that it came up. The bottom of the deck, though, we have at the top of the deck, the third party. Strong third party support, two-party dominates, which is true, it did dominate. And it's going to be because of older voters, older adults between 45 and 65, Gen X and boomers. What's going to happen to them? They made and helped the Republican Party flip the White House in some way. And we have here, interesting enough, we have understanding time, was it the Mandela effect, the multiverse of man-made, time travel, Nikola Tesla, it's reversed. It's telling us the state of the union, addressed to the nation, this grunted survivor, this a designated survivor, and speech. So there's something coming here, and because it's saying here the Democrats lose, and because they lost a lot of these states, or they almost lost a lot of these states, swing states decide. So there's something going on with the State of the Union that's going to be important. Let me see if when that State of the Union is scheduled, because I feel like that's going to be important. State of the Union scheduled date. Let's use 2025. Okay, so it's actually scheduled for March 4th. Isn't it ironic? Like the March 4th is interesting because remember we talked about many years ago, 45 trying to get sworn in or trying to get inaugurated on March 4th. Why is March 4th specifically the date that's so important? Because that is when presidents back in the old days used to get inaugurated. They used to get inaugurated in March 4th. It was later changed to January 20th, but it was originally March 4th. That is why so many of us so many of us saw things happening. But remember, spirit does not see time the way we do. And therefore, time can be a little bit confusing for spirit. Let me explain. Imagine that. We have here you were born, you died, and everything in between is the story. Now everything's happening at the same time. Not to mention, every country has their own perspective on time. Time is different for everybody, right? And therefore, how can you say you understand something, but yet time is different? Do you know the year in North Korea is only about 100 years old? They say the world has started 100 years ago. They started 100 years. But for us, it's 2025. I don't know how I forgot that. But every country is different. So how can you expect spirit to understand time when time is just man-made, right? So there's that. But I do feel like there is something going on. So we're going to have to take a look at the State of the Union. But I would feel that you guys need to watch the State of the Union because there is a message in there as well. He might slip up. He might reveal something. But there is some sort of authoritarian push on that day. All right. It's interesting. So it's like a mixed information today. With like more information anonymous, but you know, I guess we can't read 100% anonymous because, well, then we'll be revealing what they're doing for us. Is there anything else that we have to ask, Spirit? Is there anything else that we have to ask regarding anonymous? Or what else do you want to talk about in regards to anonymous? We have the White House here, the Four of Wands, what the Ace of Wands, followed by the Justice, the Republicans. Then we have here foreign, looking ahead, looking to the online internet, and there's the fall of the internet, the tower. So I wonder if there's going to be an outage. And here's the Ace of Pentacles reversed. I guess I have to do another video on the outage. So I guess we're going to have to do a video on the blackout. And what's the top of the deck? We have the Hanged Man, followed by a Resistance, the Hanged Resistance. And here is the Queen of Swords. She's not ready. So if you're thinking like she's coming anytime soon, no. She's not coming soon. Okay, so we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is a group of people, you know, coming together from all different backgrounds, different perspectives, like the Ten of Pentacles, followed by the Page of Swords, which is that behind the scene, not out in the open. They're not going to fight you in the open, but they are going to be working behind the scenes, right? So there's a group of people from all different backgrounds, from all different monetary background, different positions in government, different positions in different places. Anonymous is essentially anybody and everybody, essentially. Your husband could be anonymous and you wouldn't even know that. Here we have is the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles is they're not willing to walk away, and neither should you, because they're willing to risk everything to be able to save you. But you have to be able to save yourself too. Because, you know, the idea that, you know, humans were told for a very long time, they grew up, even when you're older, you get indoctrinated into the idea that someone has to come and save us. The thing is, no one's saving you. No one's saving you. You have to get out of that mindset. No one's coming to save you. You have to save yourself. Many times in my psychic channeling have indicated no one's coming to save you. You have to save yourself first so that you can help people along the way. How can you help save somebody else if you don't know how to save yourself? You gotta be able to look within and say, okay, this is what I gotta do. I gotta be able to save me because no one's coming to help me. No one's coming to protect me. No one's coming to save me. And that's okay. Listen, I'm here. I'm not here to save you. I'm not. But I'm here to help you, help guide you to find your path, to find your way, to be able to find yourself. Because it's not up for me to tell you how to do it. It's not up for me to tell you that I'm here going to save you because I won't save you. I can't save you. It would be the wrong thing for me to do. but it'll be the right thing for me to do to guide you towards that. To be able to you find this inner power, inner strength. That is the whole purpose of all this, right? Here we have is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is once you receive that, once you understand that there's this connection with you and yourself and owning that inner power, knowing that you are invincible, that you yourself cannot be controlled. Once you save yourself, there's no one that can put you back to sleep. So when people say they're awakening, they're not essentially saying that people are just awakened and are opening their eyes. No, they're learning that they themselves cannot be saved. They can save themselves. You don't need anybody else to save you. Because remember, and I'm not religious in any way. I'm not. But for those of you guys who are religious, Jesus lives within you. He's not external. He is inside you. For those of you guys who are not spiritual in any way, or I mean, who are spiritual but not religious, like me, in that case, the universe resides in you. Why do you think you have chakras? Chakras represent the 7 planets, right? Mars, Uranus, Venus, Mercury, Pluto, and all the other ones I don't know. The thing is, you are the universe. You can create your own timeline. You can create your own destiny. That is what's so beautiful about all of this. That we ourselves can save ourselves. And when you save yourself, you can help others along the process, right? You can help along their process, along their journey. That's what's so great about this. This is what I love to do here. I like to help you guys along the process, right? It was gruesome. I will say it was not easy. I went to the dark night of the soul a few times, right? I went through depression. I got myself out of it. I couldn't afford therapy, so I got myself out of it because I realized that it's not really me who's depressed. It's because I was being fed the energy to make me depressed. So I started listening to positive music, uplifting music. I was listening to quotes. I was telling myself I love me and that I'm beautiful, that I'm handsome, that I can do anything I ever put my mind to. You yourself can do that too. You can save yourself. No one's coming to save you. Save yourself so that you can help others. Right? I think that's the beautiful message here is that, in essence, the anonymous is not here to save you, but to let you learn and hone in on your power, your inner worth, your inner knowledge, that no one's coming to save you except yourself. If you watch the video, which I will put in the description below, about Anonymous, he would essentially telling you to know your power, know your worth, because you only have a limited time to do it. So find it now before you are asleep forever. Find it now before you are asleep forever. Find it now before you are asleep forever. And here's the World's card. And when you do that, you have completed your cycle. You completed where you are. You have completed that not all is and can will hold you back and hold you down. And I think that that is a beautiful message that once you break free of the mindset that you have been taught that someone's saving you, and you learn that the only person that can save you is you, you are invincible. They cannot control you. Get in that mindset. I guarantee you your life will change. Until then, guys, I love you. Have a beautiful day. Until then, I'll see you next time. Peace out.